Okay, guys, we are on a mission today. So we definitely need an entrance. Earlier today, I kind of started clearing up this space in front of my airport so we can get to building finally. Oh my goodness. Okay, as most of you know, we are not very far in the main storyline yet. So I haven't unlocked terraforming or waterscaping just yet, but we do have custom designs, so we can finally start building Cinnamon Island and just like making the vision come to life, right? So yeah, I have cleared almost everything from why did my brain just shut down right there? Yeah, I have cleared pretty much what I can from this area here, and this is our main focus. We really want to make some sort of entrance build today, and yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I kind of tested out some custom designs already, and I've come to the conclusion that my Able Sisters and my Nook's Cranny are most likely in a wrong spot, and I have to move them later on, but oh well, what to do. Yeah, I'm also very broke, so I need to make some bells. But anyways, I think before we get started, I'm still gonna move the apple trees. Maybe not, they can stay, I think. And on this side, I am going to move some of this stuff. So let's get to it. Let's start building and see what we come up with. Alrighties, so yesterday I did a little bit of preparing and I went on some treasure islands. I did quite a few treasure island runs in the end because you know how it is. You go to these treasure islands and you're like, let me grab a few items, and then you're like, I might need this thing, I might need that thing, and then in the end you spend like 4 hours going on treasure islands, which you guys probably know by now are the bane of my existence because yeah, they do require quite a lot of patience. Unless if maybe you are one of those smart people and you use your Amazon Prime subscription to subscribe to one of these treasure island accounts and get the access to the sub accounts or the sub islands. So you don't have to queue in line and lose your mind like I do for some reason. But anyways, I did my treasure island hunts, got a bunch of items together, and yeah, that was pretty much the preparations that I did last night. So yeah, I did work on my island a bit around Christmas time, but I haven't been on this island for about a month now because yeah, I did take a bit of a break. More about that maybe later on, but let's focus on this build. As you can see, I am placing down the skeleton of this build, kind of like the idea behind it. I actually really wanted to recreate this entrance made by Ardi Kun. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it is an Instagram creator. I will probably post the reference image that I have, so you will for sure see that this area is just gorgeous. Like, the original photo is super simple. There is not like much going on there, but it's just like, I don't know, I just like really wanted to recreate this area on my island, but of course I wanted to give it my own little twist, and as I do really like my clutter, you will see later on that yeah, we have some clutter going on. I'm not quite sure if maybe later on I'm gonna change this area a little bit, but you know, like, this is the kind of vibe that I want to go with this island with. And yeah, I guess it was like kind of fun to start off with like a kind of like a simple build, like eventually, like, I think at the end of the day there is not like, this build is not that complicated, okay? It's kind of simple. But I think sometimes it's just good to start with like the simple things and like see where the inspiration takes you. I also obviously have that other creator in mind, Origo Ali. on Instagram that also like makes these gorgeous builds, and I really want to have like similar vibe on my island. And obviously this custom design that I'm placing down is made by this creator, and I'm just obsessed with this custom design. Like I just want to slap it all around my island, and I think just a custom design by itself is like doing all the work here. Also, yeah, you can see that I kind of like left this awkward one tile space between the airport and where the area kind of starts, but in the end I kind of had to refill it because it looked a bit awkward. But yeah, like one thing that I had in mind while I was building this area is that the snow times are gonna be finished really soon. And with the springtime, the area is gonna look really different. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of how... I mean, you can create a really nice winter island, right? But usually these type of builds look really different when the snow has melted. So I'm also kind of keeping that in mind, that once February is over, this area is gonna look quite different. So I might modify it to make it look a bit different if needed, if that makes any sense. But yeah, obviously one thing that you guys can probably already see, and what I realized when I started building this area, is that my Nook's Cranny and Able sisters need to be relocated. They are like in the most awkward place on the island. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just placed them somewhere like really far away or something. But yeah, I do have to waste a bit of bells to relocate those two buildings. And yeah, in the end of the day, this area is gonna look a bit silly because Able sisters is behind the area and it's not gonna be there in the final version, let's say. But yeah, it is what it is for now. I'm still trying not to time travel too much on this island. Like, the only thing that I've kind of allowed myself to do is to change the time of day. Because yeah, I'm a night owl and I usually play Animal Crossing during the evening, but I do know that it's not the most ideal setting for videos because you kind of cannot see anything in the dark. So that's the only kind of time traveling I do these days. So yeah, in the final version, Able Sisters and Nook's Cranny is still there, but in the very final version, they're not going to be there, if that makes any sense. But yeah, what else did I want to say about this build? Oh yeah, and the time traveling thing just reminded me of like the funniest thing that happened recently. Like, I remember when I restarted this island, one of you guys had like this really fun challenge going on your island where you were doing like this really tough challenge of like not time traveling and yada yada. Yeah, basically it was like the hardcore challenge that like everyone is doing right now, but that was literally like 3 months ago, or when did I start this island, that one of you mentioned it in the comments, and I thought it was such a fun idea. And now I just find it so funny that everyone is doing like this hardcore challenge, but you guys kind of knew what was gonna be trending before it was trendy, which I find really funny. And yeah, everyone seems to be doing this hardcore challenge right now. I really want to know what you guys think of it. And yeah, I thought that was kind of like a funny story. Yeah, you can see here as well that at some point I realized that I did not have enough wheat fields whatsoever. Yeah, those items really drove me crazy because obviously I needed so many of them. Yes, this area is gonna be super glitchy because of like millions and millions of wheat fields. But yeah, like, I had to spend another 2-3 hours to get all these wheat fields together, which was like driving me crazy, but you know what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do to make your area perfect. But yeah, wheat fields, the bane of my existence. I really wish we could order more than 5 items a day, and because I had to like use my other account because I didn't want to time travel on this island. And the treasure islands that I was using didn't really have, they only had like 3 wheat field items. So I had to do like 1 trillion runs until I discovered another treasure island that had like, I don't know, 20 wheat fields at a time. So yeah, wheat fields, my new nemesis, and I think the island will have a lot of areas with wheat fields. I mean, I guess I have to think about it because it is really difficult to get like a bunch of them at the same time. But yeah, fun fact about wheat fields, I guess. But I'm sure any of you doing farm core or any kind of build that needs this item, you probably feel my pain. But in the end, I got like a bunch of them. So as you can see, I am using like a different color variation of the wheat fields in this build. And it's mainly because it's just easier, and it's like easier to get more of them if you choose like 2 different color variations, because yeah, you can get like 40 wheat fields in one go, but yeah, they're not the same color, so I used 2 different colors, if that makes any sense. Oh my god, I feel like when I do the voiceovers, they just don't make any sense. But yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy this build. I did add a little bit of clutter off camera after I finished recording this. But what's new? I do that every time. And as I said, who knows, once March is here and this area actually has like some greenery around it, I do hope it looks better, slash maybe if it looks a bit out of place, or if the wheat fields don't fit in so well, I might have to change the color variations around. I don't know, I really don't want to do that. I don't want to see wheat fields ever again. But yeah, I did have a lot of fun with this area and I have so many ideas for this island. As I mentioned probably some videos ago, I was talking about like a metro station that I wanted to build, but I was like looking around Pinterest and there is not really like a good custom design to use for a metro station. So I'm thinking maybe to replace that with like a train station or train track of some sort. We'll see about that. That might be the next build. But yeah, we will be touring the final product here in a little bit, and I'm gonna explain maybe a little bit more about the details and stuff that I wanna do and where to continue. But I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this little speed build. Let me know your comments. Let me know if you're doing like a similar style of island and if you have any like ideas for future builds, and yeah, let me know what you think of this recreation that I saw a while back. Okay, are you guys ready? Let's go. So, welcome to our entrance, question mark. Okay, what I found really cute is that all the villagers are already here. Like, they're like, what is going on? What is happening to the island? But yeah, I did add a couple details here and there, but hear me out. So I placed down the leaf piles, but I'm not sure about them because it's gonna be springtime soon, and I feel like the brown leaf piles might look a little bit funny. So we're gonna have to see when March comes around how the area blends in and all that stuff. Yeah, and I added some details around the truck here. And I'm kind of thinking that this could eventually tie into like another area around the island. Like, let's say if we like a cafe, so we could add a few more details to the truck that would make it kind of like obvious that it's kind of like a coffee truck or coffee delivery or something like that. So this is like a pending idea. And yeah, I know it looks so silly with Able Sisters and everything. I actually already, did I? Okay, yeah, I'm in the process of moving it. So eventually you will see how the area kind of comes together, because right now I just find it so infuriating. I mean, it's kind of funny that Able Sisters is like in the middle of the wheat field. And yeah, as you can see, I mean, I think my island is still doing quite well, but I'm assuming since there is like a million wheat fields over here that there might be some glitchiness going on here. So we're gonna have to see how we feel about that. Also, okay, so the original build is absolutely fantastic, and I love the simplicity of the build. But like one thing that really inspires me from that reference photo is the simplicity, and what I kind of learned from my previous island. If you guys remember my tropical island, that one was so cluttered. Okay, I'm not saying this one is probably gonna be quite cluttered as well, but my tropical island was like super difficult to get around. So what I kind of want to bring into this island is like more of that simplicity, or at least like some sort of structure. I just want to make it a bit more easier to navigate around. So yeah, I'm trying to keep that in mind while I like build my island. And yeah, I kind of wanted to also start with something kind of simple. Like, I know this is not the most complicated build or anything like that, but I still really, really enjoy it. And yeah, I think it's kind of good to start with something simple, especially if you're kind of out of ideas or you don't really know where to start. I think the best thing is just to start with something small or something simple and just like see how the area develops. And yeah, we'll see. I'm still not sure about the fencing situation. Like, I'm not sure if I want to use it. Oh my goodness, look at me already tearing this area apart. Yeah, I'm not sure about the barbed wired fencing, whatever this is called. If I want to change it eventually. And actually, what I really, really like about the reference photo is like the water element around the wheat field. But since obviously I don't have terraforming or waterscaping unlocked yet, I obviously couldn't do that. So I have to think about it, but I kind of also like the fence. Let me know what you guys think, but this is our little entrance. This is kind of the vibe that the island is gonna go towards. And yeah, I don't know, I kind of have an idea towards this direction, so that might be like the next build that we're gonna tackle. I'm kind of thinking maybe to put the train tracks over here, but then again, like resident services is right here, so I don't know what to do with that. I'm gonna have to think about it. Isn't it the cutest that Savannah is already here, like roaming around? She's like, what is going on? Anyways, thank you so much for joining me for this little build moment over here. I hope you do enjoy Cinnamon Island's first build and the entrance to the island. I love entrances because I think they really create the vibe, right? I hope your 2023 has started off well. If you did watch to the very end, let's put some, I don't know, wheat field emojis. There is like a wheat. Let's put the farmer emojis in the comments below. And I hope to see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys. If you do wanna watch previous episodes of Cinnamon Island, I do have the playlist for you over here on screen. If you wanna catch up on the shenanigans from the previous episodes, it's there for you. Anyways, can't wait to see you in my next video, guys. Bye.